Team safety awareness. While personal safety is generally perceived as an individual responsibility, the practices of safety should be handled with a team mentality. Every member of the piler or vent crew are a team. We work as a team and look out for each other's safety as a team. This section will review how to handle some common situations regarding the safety of yourself and your team members. While this list is not all-inclusive, it will highlight some common areas for concern. Every member of the piler team should be conscious of when the piler will need to back up. This is the responsibility of every member on the team. Every team must communicate with each of its members prior to the piler moving. Team members' location during a backup are as follows: piler operator, operator's platform, tracks controller, reverse control button location for tracks. Make sure your path is free of debris or obstructions. Tear taker or ground crew. Stand in an empty space between beat pile and tracks. Remain visible to the piler operator. Prior to relieving for breaks or at shift change, communicate the team's plan, expectations, and members' location during this procedure. Have a plan in place. If a team member changes at any time during the shift, make sure they are aware of your team's expectations and plans. Cross conveyors swing open to allow trucks to drive next to the piler. They will then swing closed to allow the truck to back in and unload. The swing motion of the cross conveyor creates hazardous pinch points that need to remain free of occupancy and foreign objects. The piler operators must be observant of these pinch points and must ensure the footprint of the conveyor remains free of traffic and obstructions. Everyone else must make sure to avoid unnecessary travel within the footprint of the cross conveyors. When within the footprint or performing work, always make sure you remain visible to the piler operator and have notified him or her of your intent prior to beginning work. Communication, visibility, and awareness are key. The following page will identify these pinch points and motion of the conveyor. All personnel must remain out of the tip zone of an unloading truck. Truck boxes can tip at any time without warning for several reasons during the unloading process. The duration of this hazard starts the moment the box begins to raise into the air and remains until the box has been completely lowered. Failure to refrain from occupancy of this area can result in disciplinary or even discharge. If a box tips, it can result in severe or life-threatening injuries. All tear obligations with the driver must be completed prior to the beginning of the unloading process. Avoid unnecessary communication with drivers during unloading. Employees must be forward of the dirt belt or dump boxes during the unloading process. No one is to be near or around the truck. The following page will identify the tip and safe zones. Guarding has been installed to protect employees from any harm due to exposure from machine operations. No machine is to operate without proper guarding installed. Guarding is not to be removed or tampered with without the direction of supervision or maintenance personnel. Never enter to clean a dirt belt or box without properly performing lockout/tagout. Use caution when entering and exiting for cleanup. While performing cleanup, be cautious of foreign debris or damage within the work area. The belts can have steel bars that are broken or bent and can present a hazard. While cleanup of these spaces cannot be completely avoided, they can be minimized by the following: operators making sure they completely unload all a truck's dirt. Operators jogging the dirt belt, preventing all truck dirt from piling in one spot or creating a massive dirt ball. Periodic checks of the dirt box or any buildup or damages. Every piler is equipped with several emergency stop buttons, also known as e-stops. These e-stop buttons provide the ability to shut down the entire piler in the event of or to prevent a serious or life-threatening injury. These are not to be used to shut down the piler outside of an emergency or in place of following lockout/tagout. E-stop buttons are pushed in to engage the shutdown. Once the danger or threat no longer exists, they may be gently pulled out, allowing the piler to run. E-stop buttons are located at the operator's platform, tire control box, track controls, and up top by the screen rollers. All pilers have e-stop buttons, and while they all are in the same general locations, they can vary depending on the age and model of the piler. Always know where all the e-stop buttons are located on your piler. Knowing where they are could be the difference between a close call or a severe to life-threatening injury. Most of the time, if it appears that the piler has no power and nothing will run, it is because one of your e-stop buttons may have been accidentally engaged. Kill switches work the same way as e-stop buttons. They will shut down the piler if the switch is tripped. Once the switch is reset, the piler will become operational again. These kill switches are located on most guarding up top by the screen rollers and loose contact once a guard is removed. Once the guard is put back into place, power is restored. Some pilers have these kill switches installed at the bottom of the stairs going up to the screens and dirt box. They are installed on swing gates at the bottom of the stairs. Once the gate is opened, it kills power to the piler. On occasion, booms can plug up with beeps. In most cases, this is due to the piler team failing to back up the piler in a timely manner. Machine failures may also occur, resulting in a plugged boom. The severity of the plug will ultimately decide how unplugging will be handled. Before performing lockout-tagout and moving forward with unplugging, always notify your beat receiving leader or supervisor. In most cases, a boom can be unplugged by climbing the beat pile to the boom and removing excess beats from the end of the boom and the area around it. If this does not work, then excess beats may then need to be removed from the boom. In the event this takes place, it will be handled under direction of supervision and maintenance personnel. Again, in most cases, plugged booms can be prevented by good communication among the piler team and their prevention of operational errors. The piler boom is constantly moving, swinging from one side of the pile to the other. Be mindful and aware of boom movement and its direction when operating equipment or other operations taking place within the boom's swing footprint. Avoid unnecessary travel under the boom. If job responsibilities can be completed without travel under the boom, then do so. If the boom is about to swing into a foreign object, utilize the e-stop to prevent it from doing so. Most pilers are equipped with horns that can be sounded from the operator's platform. These horns are generally used for getting truck drivers' attention to the directional signs. The piler operator may use this horn in the event of emergencies. While these horns can be used to get the attention of fellow team members, they should be used sparingly. We fear overuse of the horn may allow complacency to the noise, resulting in it not effective when needed for both drivers and team members. If your team utilizes the horn for communication, make it minimal and reassure that all team members understand the message being conveyed. The key takeaway should be for strong communication among the team. Good communication from the grounds crew to the piler operator will help the operator be able to communicate his or her needs to the truck drivers or other team members. Communication at the beginning of each shift between team members to develop a plan and responsibilities for events. Communication at the beginning of each shift between team members to develop a plan and responsibilities for events will go a long way to operating both efficiently and safely. Truck drivers are not allowed to exit their cabs when at the piler. If a driver exits his or her truck, shut the piler down. You may resume piler operations once the driver has gotten back into his or her cab. Drivers are to have their tailgate turnbuckles removed prior to pulling up to the piler. Failure to do so will result in them being asked to pull away from the piler. Do not have unnecessary conversations with drivers. This way, they do not become distracted from unloading and the operator's directions. Piler operations located on ventilation fields are fast-paced and have increased traffic with equipment crews laying ventilation tubes. These elements require extra awareness for safety by both members of the piler team and ventilation team. Look out for each other and work together. Communication among one another is key. Understanding the roles and expectations from each side will help to accomplish the tasks efficiently and safely. Stay out of the path of all equipment. All equipment operators need to be cautious of both ground crews and truck traffic. Always be aware of your surroundings and the activities going on around you. We appreciate you all for taking the time to watch and listen to this video. Your safety is our #1 priority. We want to wish you all a safe, successful, and happy harvest. Thank you.